welcome to Comfy Corners. I'm Becca, and yes, this is another new podcast. As much as I loved, my other two podcasts, I was finding it a little difficult for me to really be part of it because I had to do my research, and then it was just a lot. So Comfy Corners is just gonna be where I talk about the most random things, and we just chat. There's no script, there's no nothing, just talking about random things that you want to talk about. So yeah, this is Comfy Corners. This is my egg chair. I'm hoping maybe one day I can get some guests on here, but right now it's just gonna be me again. So you have to put up with this, I'm sorry. And I'm not sure yet the scheduling, and because I'm the one who's gonna be editing all this, so I'm not sure when wow, I can't talk, when I'm going to exactly upload. But this episode that you're watching or listening to will go up today, hopefully. Fingers crossed. It depends on how much editing I can get done today. If not today, I will definitely post on IG, which I will have the link down below, and then I'll tell you if I'm posting. But I'm hoping of all hopes that I can put it up today. Anyways, so yeah, Comfy Corners, it's gonna be me just chilling. I got my beautiful iced coffee right here, even though it's middle of winter. Yes, I'm drinking iced coffee because I'm a weirdo, but I thought this would be fun just to relax and not stress about anything. I do want to say I pray for everybody in LA right now who's going through the terrible wildfires. It is crazy. My heart goes out to every single person there who's lost their home, lost their work, their jobs, whatever it is. I pray for all the firefighters. My heart goes out to everybody in Los Angeles right now. But yeah, I just hope, this can bring something, you'd be all nice and just relaxing. But yes, my heart goes out to everybody in Los Angeles right now, all the firefighters, all the first responders. It's not easy, and I've seen it on the news, so my heart goes to everybody in LA. I don't want this to be a downer episode, so yeah, I don't know what else to say, sorry guys. But yeah, so this is Comfy Corners. How I got the name was actually from, I did a name generator because I wasn't sure what I wanted to call it. I know I wanted to be something just, relaxing kind of thing. So I saw something and it did a good generator, and it said, oh, Comfy Corners. I'm like, oh, that's good. And then my friend who I messaged, I'm like, do you like this? And she's like, yes, but you should put it as Comfy Corners talks and things, or chats and things. So that's what it's gonna be. I absolutely love it. My wonderful Nibbling did my banner and banner and the other picture, and so I'm honored that she did that. I owe her Tim Hortons. If you're from Canada, you know what I mean. I owe her Tim Hortons the next time I see her. So kid, I owe you one. I will make sure, or I'll send you money for Tim Hortons because I owe you. She's just the best. Anyways, today's episode, I've talked about this before on my first podcast, but I thought I'd talk about it again because I'm an overthinker on certain things, which is really weird. I overthink to a point where nobody else really cares. It's just me. I don't know, people, maybe some other person does, but I think why, okay, it's TV shows, especially childhood TV shows. Almost knocked over my tripod, but I'm just taking off my slippers to get extra comfy. I think for me personally, when I was watching childhood, yes, my disco ball, childhood TV shows as a kid, I kind of thought about it a little bit, but when I got older, I thought about it more. It's okay, there's a show, I'm not sure what it's on now. I don't even know if it's still on. I think it is, called Max and Ruby. And there's no parents, at all. And so I'm you see grandma pop up once in a while, and I think I think like other characters may have parents that you see. I can't really remember what's about, but it's like, how is that like safe? Like, I know it's a cartoon, I know it's meant for children, it's just fun and entertaining, but I'm just like, like, shouldn't there be like an adult in the children? Because especially like, I think Max is like, I don't know, like 5 or 6, I want to say, and the sister's like 9, 10. I think, I could be wrong, I don't know. But it's like, why is there no parents? And then I remember I think I was watching it once. I think I was like flipping through, and I was on night shifts, so I just like to have TV on as a background. And so I don't know why I put it on there. I think I just put something on just to have noise. And I remember looking over at it once, and the girl's telling her brother, like, Ruby, I only know the Max and Ruby, I don't know why I had that. I remember that so well. It's been like a long time. I remember, I think there was an episode where Ruby gives Max money to go to the store or something. It has something like that. I'm like, where are you getting this money from? First of all. Second of all, like, why are you sending your little brother to the grocery store who's like, he doesn't really talk much. I think he says like a few words here and there, but mostly he's like not talking. I don't know, like, I'm like, where's this money coming from? Because you have no parents, no, like, I don't think in any episode you ever see a parent. You see a grandma like in a couple episodes, but yeah, I don't know. And I'm such an overthinker, and it bugs me because I'm like, where are your parents? Like, you need parents. Like, what is going on? And I know like it's just a kid show, like I shouldn't make a big deal about it, but I don't know, it bugs me that like, I'm like, first of all, where are you getting this money from to give to your brother to go to the store? But also, where are your parents? Like, I know it's stupid, I don't know why, but it bothers me so much. And like, I'm realizing now, like, there was a lot of shows that were cartoon animals, and I always thought when I was younger, I swear, like now, I obviously know, but when I was younger, I remember like watching like Timothy Goes to School. That was another one. I remember like cat, dog. I always thought the animals could talk. So like, cause I see cartoon animals talk, I thought like real life animals talked. That was sad, I know. But I remember like always being scared or freaking out because like, oh my god, the dogs can talk. And like, that's so cool. Like, I can talk to my dog or my grandma's dog, because we didn't have dogs when I was younger. But yeah, obviously dogs can't talk. But that I don't know why that show for some reason just really bugs me, because there's no parents. I don't think you really see many parents, like adults. I think there's like a teacher, the postman, and the guy at the store. I think it's like random. I think there's random adults that you see in an episode, but then you don't see any adults. And I'm like, well, first of all, who's paying the mortgage on this house? Because they live in a big house for 2 people. And yeah, it's like, but also too, like Dora the Explorer. I'm like, what parents let their kid go into the jungle by themselves? Because she's like, what? She's supposed to be what, 7, 8, like an older? I don't know. I'm thinking, like I said, I overthink this. But like, to me, like, I would never let my child go into the jungle by themselves with a monkey. Yeah, because it's only monkey. And then you have like Swiper, the fox or whatever. I'm like, what is going on? Because like, I was never really into, you know, Dora the Explorer and all that. But like, obviously I've heard it because I used to babysit kids and stuff. And I would watch Dora the Explorer with them. And I'm just like, why are your parents letting you go? Like, I don't care if you know that jungle from the back of it. I would never feel comfortable letting my child go into the jungle. That to me is reckless, first of all. And it's dangerous. Like, you don't know, but, and like, okay, I might say some of the songs were not bad. And I know, like, I always thought I was freaky. I don't know why this freaked me out so much. It's like the map and the backpack talked. Like, to me, like, I don't know. And then I used to get so frustrated because, like, do you see where the mountain is? I'll be like, yeah, it's behind you. And I get, like, angry because she's like, where? And I'm like, girl, just look behind you. It's right there. That was always one. But I don't know. Like, those are just some of the shows that, those are the two that bugged me the most. No, oh, Max and Ruby. And then I remember my favorite show as a child, and I still, you know, don't mind it now, is Bear in the Big Blue House. I was obsessed with the ending song when he sang with the moon. That one was that, I don't know why I get emotional. Every time I hear that song, I'll like get a little bit choked up. I'm like, why? It's a song. But I love this. But then there were some shows, like I was talking to my mom just the other day, and we were talking about how we used to babysit my cousins, and it was a show, I don't know, it was just, I think it was just a Canadian show. And it was called Treehouse. So if you're Canadian watching this, if you remember Treehouse. And I remember there was this one, it came on later. I don't know why it came on so late. But I think it was like a 24-hour channel. So I think it like just repeated the same shows from earlier. And there was one where it's like the ballerinas and the dancers would come to life when the kids were sleeping. But like, they never talked. I don't think you saw the lips moving. I think like there was a voiceover who did all the talking for like the different characters. And I just remember watching and like, what is this? Like, why, how's this a show? Like, it was just weird. And then I remember like, there was like a Treehouse Village or something, or a Treehouse, because so there was these two hosts. I don't think they were sisters. I think they were like friends, and like they would play, like they would sing songs and do all this stuff and teach kids. And I'm just like, I think because I was older when we were watching it, so to me it made absolutely no sense. And I'm like, do kids really like this? And I think, yeah, I mean, like obviously people liked it, and I think because like I said, I was older, I just didn't get it. But I have to say, like, for what the show, like Treehouse was not bad. There was some shows I even admit that I liked to watch on there, even though it was meant for like younger kids. I think it was like maybe for toddlers, maybe up to like 6, 7, 8. I don't know, probably like up to 6. I want to say, I could be wrong. I don't know what you used to watch it, but I mean, there were some shows I would watch, but then there were some shows I'm like, no, this is weird. Like, yeah, Treehouse was one of them. I remember, you know, watching it, and like now watching shows with like either my nibblings or kids I was babysitting, I question like Yo Gabba Gabba. My nephew was so obsessed with Yo Gabba Gabba. Oh no, sorry, my niece, I think. Yeah, one of the two. And I remember watching an episode and I'm just like, what is this? Like, why is there a guy in a tight orange jumpsuit? And then they have, were they monsters? I think they were monsters. And they were doing, I'm just like, so he had like a tight orange one-piece jumper, I don't know, and then like an orange hat. I'm just like, what is that? Like, what is happening? Because I've heard of it, but I never watched it. And then my sister-in-law was like, oh, she loves watching this. So she's like, what? Like, go watch it with her. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, no, go watch it. I'm like, whatever. And I watched it. I'm like, how is this a show? Like, why is this on? But you know what? It kept the kid entertained, and she loved it. So I'm like, okay. But to me, it was just like, this is very, very weird. But also, I want to know from other people, did anyone remember the show Lazy Town? Like, that show, to me, I was obsessed with that show. And I think I was way too old to actually be watching that show, but I don't know why I was obsessed with that show. And like, so you had what, like the I think the names were Stephanie, Spartacus, and Rotten Robbie, I think that was their names. Yeah, that sounds like their names. So they were those were the 3 humans, and then the mayor, and like I want to say 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 6. And to me, that made sense. Why did that make sense to me? I don't get it. So Stephanie, I think, was visiting her uncle, who's a puppet. Now looking back at it, now real thinking it, that makes absolutely no sense. Like, why the hell is there only 3 humans and everybody else is puppets? And I'm not gonna lie to you, I did have a crush on Spartacus. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was good looking. But like, so he lived in a balloon like, what do you call those things? Hot air balloon, not hot air balloons. I don't know, I can't remember what they're called, but they're like, then you can like drive it. But like, he pedaled, and he was all about like fitness and health and exercising, getting like the kids to move and stuff. And then, so a blimp, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was a blimp. And then he had like all these buttons on the ground that like would shoot out like food or whatever. But like, he was like the health person, and like getting the kids. So like, I could be botching this whole thing, but from what I can remember is that Stephanie comes and like the kids are just like playing video games or eating like just junk food. They don't want to do anything fun. And then she comes and like, you know, wants to make friends. But like, I remember there's one snooty girl. No, there's two snooty characters that I was just like, you're gonna catch these hands, because they bugs me so much. Like, I like the show, but there's two characters that just drove me up the wall. And it's stupid, I know it is stupid, but like, I would get angry at these characters for no reason. I'm like, why am I, as a, I want to say, I think it was like a teenager, I think it was like 13, 14, I think. Why am I getting so upset about the show? Like, first of all, why am I even watching the show? But I'm a kid at heart, so I liked to watch cartoons when I still like watching Scooby-Doo. Like, Scooby-Doo's one of my favorite all-time. Well, that, Looney Tunes, and the Bugs Bunny, and Animaniacs. Those were my go-to, but Scooby-Doo was my number one. But I remember Lazy Town. But I think it was just in Canada, because it was on YTV. Yeah, because it was on YTV, and that's a Canadian-based network. And that was like that one, like, and then they sing songs and all this stuff. So I don't know. I think it was the music. I think the music got me. And then you have Rotten Robbie, who was like the villain. So like, he would try to get the kids to be lazy again, not do anything. So he had like all these different like costumes, because he would disguise himself as different people based on what the episode is, which I thought was kind of weird. But I'm like, hey, whatever. If it works, it works. And then what else did I used to watch Zoom, which was a kids show that had kids on there, and they would sing and dance, they would answer questions, they did science, they did play like skits and stuff. That was a good show. Once again, I was probably too old to watch it, but I still enjoyed it. And then like Arthur was on. I think Arthur's still going strong. I could be wrong, I don't know. I think Arthur's still going strong, which is pretty cool. And I remember Zoom. Zoom was one of my favorites. And then they do cafe, so like they would make food that people would bring in, and they'll tell stories and they skits and stuff, and then they'd lame jokes. The jokes weren't really that funny, but it's a kid show, what do you expect? But yeah, sometimes I really question the shows, like especially like Max and Ruby. Like, where are you getting this money to pay for food? Like, how are you guys surviving without parents? I mean, like, there's no adults ever checking in on them. Oh, except for like the grandmother once in a while. And I think like there was like a neighbor. I could be wrong. I haven't watched it in such a long time. But like, it bothered the crap out of me. I'm not gonna lie, it bothered the crap out of me. Why? Don't know. Why was I even watching it? But then I remember, I know a lot of people don't like Caillou because like he's a brat, he whines and all this stuff, which I get. Like I said, I haven't watched in years, so I don't really know. I can't think of any of my nieces or nephews watching it growing up. Now that I think about it, I think like I said, I think I watched an episode because I couldn't understand why people didn't like Caillou, so I was like, I just watched it. I'm like, yeah, okay, I get it. Like, he could be a jerk. Like, you know, he could be rude to his parents. I don't know, he's whiny. He is whiny. I remember one time, I actually liked Caillou, I think, at one point. And, you know, when people were like, oh, I hate Caillou, blah, blah. And I'm like, what? Caillou's the best, blah, 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 blah. And I would argue with them. And then watching it, and then I totally forgot about it. And then when I got older and then they were talking about it, I'm like, what are people talking about? So I just like did YouTube and I just quickly just watched something, and it's like, oh yes, Caillou does suck. And crap, my battery's gonna die. That's okay. I'll keep going till it does. But yeah, it was just so weird to me. And like, I'm like, some of these, like Caillou for example, some of the things that he does, like he could never get away. Parents would be more strict. So it's like, dang, okay, now I get why. Because like I remember asking I think it was my sister-in-law, she's like, because then it teaches kids to be, if they whine and complain, they get what they want. And it's like, no, that's not how it works. So I get it, I do. But I also, like, I remember, I know a lot of people are talking about Bluey. That is a new cartoon that came out. I watched an episode, I didn't like it. And I know a lot of adults, they love it because it's like a good show to watch with their kids and stuff. So I want, like, you know, I want to be part of the cool crowd. So I would remember watching an episode and I'm like, to me, it doesn't do anything. And like I said, it could be because I'm older, I have no children, but it was a good, like, it's cute. But then I see some like clips on TikTok and stuff and it's like, it makes me question. Like I said, maybe I just, because I don't have kids and I'm old, that it doesn't make sense. But then I also watched the show Bananas in Pajamas. Like, that show never made sense either. But still my favorite was oh, with the elephant, Lois, Bam, and Clark. You know, with the elephant and they're like skiddy dinky ding, skiddy I love you. Like that was a song. And that, I remember I actually met the elephant and I think it was Lois at fan, what's it called? Oh my god, something fan thing in Toronto, and that was cool. That one was really cool. Like, that brought me nostalgic, and I took a picture. I think I'm gonna print it out and like have it up because that was my childhood. I was so happy. But yeah, like also I can't really judge kids TV shows too because like I watch Bananas in Pajamas. Like Bananas in Pajamas are coming down the stairs, pajamas in pajamas. But once again, that was like somebody narrating the show and using different voices for that character. So to me, like, they never like talk. I don't know. That to me was just weird. But I'm getting kind of scared now because my battery is flashing. I'm sorry there's not going to be a long podcast. I will make sure the next episode will be much longer. I'm just testing it out. And I love doing podcasts. I'm very, very blessed that I can do this. And you know, I'm not doing this for views or for likes or whatever. I'm just doing this because I like it and it's fun for me. And I like listening to podcasts. I think podcasts are great. So thank you all so much for listening and watching. If you're watching from YouTube, thank you so much. If you're listening on Spotify, thank you so much. Subscribe if you like. Like I said, I'm hoping to get this episode up today. If not, I will post an update on Instagram. Instagram. So if you follow me there, I'll put the link at the bottom. But I hope everybody has a great day, and thanks for listening. Bye guys. I'm still